Welcome back to the Sturry Link Road project. This week marks another major transition as the focus of the works begins to shift. After weeks of piling activity at the south abutment, one of the largest pieces of equipment on the project is on the move, making its way towards the next stage of the viaduct foundations. The journey across the site is no simple task, with careful planning, multiple teams and specialist equipment all working together to relocate this enormous piling rig and prepare it for its next operation. While this takes place, progress continues across the entire scheme. At Platform D, continued stone deliveries and compaction bring the working platform closer to its final formation level. At Platform B, preparations begin for the next phase of piling, with heavy lifting operations and specialist equipment coming together to get the area ready. North of the railway, earthworks are also gathering pace. Excavation continues around the developing attenuation pond, with increased muck-away operations as more material is removed and new areas begin to open up. Back at the south abutment, the story moves on from piling. With the deep foundations now installed, the next stage begins as the team carefully starts preparing the completed piles for the construction ahead. From major machinery movements to detailed groundworks, every part of the project is moving forward, with different areas now entering new phases of construction. This is episode 21 of the Sturry Link Road project documentary. North of the railway, preparations continue around the future north abutment area. Along the route, red and white marker boards have now been installed on poles, following the line of the overhead cables above. These markers are there to clearly identify the presence of the overhead services and help plant operators understand the restrictions when working in this area. The markers in this section are positioned at around 4.6 meters, although the height varies depending on the position of the cables and the required clearance. The reason this is particularly important here is because the future north abutment platform will sit directly beneath these overhead services. Until these cables have been diverted underground, excavation and construction activities in this area are limited. For now, the team can only progress the work so far, with the remaining excavation and platform construction waiting until the utility diversion works have been completed. Activity continues across the project as the crawler crane makes its way around to Platform B, ready to support the next phase of piling operations for Piers 1 and 2. Getting equipment of this size into position is no simple task. Platform B sits between the forks of the River Stour, creating a challenging working environment with limited access. To allow machinery of this scale to reach the platform, a dedicated haul road had to be constructed as part of the site preparation works. Like the piling rig before it, the crawler crane had to carefully navigate the route and reverse along the haul road into position. These movements highlight the amount of planning and preparation required before the main construction activities can begin. With the crane now moved away from the south abutment, the changeover there was immediate. The team wasted no time, with excavators and a dumper already moving in to begin the next stage of works. The excavation is now focused around exposing the pile heads, carefully removing material from around the completed piles to prepare them for the next phase of construction. Over at the entrance to Platform D, another small but important piece of the site setup has finally been completed. Since the haul road was first established, this entrance has been operating with a temporary arrangement due to a BT telegraph pole restricting the available space. This was something we first saw back in episode 3. The pole had been disconnected ahead of the future works. The pole has now been relocated around 10 meters, opening up the entrance area and allowing the team to construct the proper bell-mouth access into Platform D. This will make a big difference for future movements, providing a much wider and more suitable entrance for large plant, including equipment such as the piling rig and supporting machinery when access is required. Progress at the south abutment is moving quickly, with the next stage of works already underway. With piling now complete, excavation around the pile heads has begun. From above, you can already see the depth of the excavation area, with one of the team using a laser level to carefully check levels as the work continues. This is a precise operation, working around the completed piles and preparing the area for the next phase of construction. Later in the episode, we'll get a much closer look inside the cofferdam and see just how deep this excavation has become. With the piling rig now positioned on platform B, preparation begins for the next stage of foundation works. Just like we saw at the south abutment, the first step is getting the drilling equipment installed and ready. The large auger sections are carefully fitted onto the rig, with each part of the setup checked before operations can begin. Although this process may look repetitive, there are lots of small details that are important. In this footage, you can see the team applying grease to the connection points on the drilling equipment before moving on. Looking after machinery of this size is essential. These components are working under huge loads during the piling process, so regular maintenance and preparation help keep everything operating safely and efficiently. With the augers now installed, the piling rig is one step closer to starting its next chapter here at Platform B. North of the railway, excavation works have now started in the area of the future north abutment platform. The dozer begins the process by stripping out the existing ground and gradually working down through the formation, pushing the excavated material away as the area starts to take shape. This is another carefully managed operation, especially with the overhead power cables running directly above the future working area. Until these services are diverted underground, works in this location have to be carried out with restrictions in place and careful planning. As the excavation progresses, the process becomes a continuous cycle, with the dozer moving the material, the excavator loading the dumpers, and the spoil being removed from the working area. Later in the episode, we'll see just how much material is being moved as this part of the scheme begins to open up. Back at the south abutment, the next stage of preparation for the completed piles is now underway. Before the pile heads can be incorporated into the future pile cap, the excess concrete above the final level needs to be removed. This upper section of the pile is not part of the finished structural connection, so it is carefully cut away to reach the designed cut-off level. To remove these sections safely, specialist contractors first drill through the pile head and install a steel cable. This allows the excavator to take the weight of the concrete section before the cutting operation begins. A diamond wire cutting system is then positioned around the pile and carefully works through the reinforced concrete. Once the cut is complete, the excavator can lift the section away under control. This is only the first part of the process. Once the excess concrete has been removed, further excavation and pile preparation will take place to expose the reinforcement bars, allowing the completed piles to be connected into the future pile cap. It is another example of the level of precision required as these deep foundations move from being installed to becoming part of the permanent structure. As we bring episode 21 to a close, we finish the week with a view of the project that really shows how far it has come. With permission from the project team, and with the site closed for the evening, we were able to capture these final moments from a lower perspective. With the teams returning on Saturday morning, this was the only opportunity to safely get these shots. Starting above the future southern roundabout, we slowly make our way north across the scheme, following the route where the new infrastructure will soon take shape. As we approach the south abutment, we begin to descend towards the heart of the works. After months of preparation, this area has been completely transformed. From the first deliveries of stone, the construction of the working platform, the installation of sheet piles, and the creation of the cofferdam, to the arrival of one of the largest piling rigs in the UK and the completion of the deep foundations below. Hundreds of tons of material have been moved, thousands of tons of stone have been delivered, and countless hours of work have gone into creating the foundations for what will become part of the new viaduct. Looking down into the cofferdam, the scale of the structure really becomes clear. The completed piles now stand ready for the next stage of construction, with the drilling equipment already positioned as the team continues preparing these foundations for the future pile cap. Inside this restricted working area, the signs remind everyone that this is a controlled environment. Every movement, every lift, and every stage of construction has to be carefully planned and carried out. Elsewhere, the piling rig now stands ready at Platform B, marking the beginning of the next chapter of the viaduct works. And as we look back across the project with the sun setting in the distance, it's a reminder that a project of this scale is built one stage at a time. From empty ground to deep foundations, from temporary access roads to major construction platforms, the Sturry Link Road project continues to take shape. We'll leave the teams here for another week as they prepare for the next phase. The journey continues.